welcome to Decode Australia. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of September 2020. My name is Tamer.
My name is Yvonne.
And we're going to be starting with the New Zealand USD technical analysis.
That's right. The New Zealand dollar inched higher against the US dollar on Wednesday for the sixth day in a row, increasing the price of New Zealand US pair to more than 0.6700 ahead of US trade balance news. The technical bias remained bullish since the price of the pair marked a higher low in the recent downside move.
Okay, the Kiwi dollar continues its bullish momentum around the 67.69 level with a few resistance levels ahead. Now these levels where the price may struggle moving forward are at resistance 1 is a 67.91, which is a key horizontal resistance. At the second resistance level, you will find a 68 even psychological number. And finally, you'll come across the third resistance at 69.03, which, looking at the chart, is the upper trend line arm. Now, on the downside, the New Zealand USD, or I should say the Kiwi US, is likely to come across the following support levels, as you can see on the chart. At support 1, you'll find the 66.89, which is the high of July 23, 2020. Second support is the 66.24, which is a horizontal support zone. And finally, the third support is the 66 even, which is the confluence of the lower trend line arm and a psychological number. The technical bias is expected to remain bullish as long as the 63.77, which is also the 61.8 Fibonacci level, remains intact.
Now the US trade balance news. The Bureau of Economic Analysis as well as the US Consensus Bureau are scheduled to release stats concerning the US trade balance news later on. According to economists' forecast, the US trade balance registered a reading of negative $52.3 billion in August as compared to the reading of negative $50.7 billion in the month before. The trade balance tells about the difference between the import and export level of the country. If the exports of the country exceed the imports, we have a surplus balance. A surplus suggests a strengthened economy and is therefore bullish for the US dollar. Generally speaking, a positive reading for the US trade balance anticipates a bearish market for the Kiwi US dollar and vice versa.
That's right. In conclusion, considering the overall technical and fundamental outlook, buying the pair, the Kiwi dollar, around the previously mentioned support levels might be a good move for intraday trading. And now for the next pair, we're going to be discussing the US Canadian technical analysis.
The US dollar declined against Canadian dollar on Wednesday, decreasing the price of US Canadian dollar pair to less than 1.31 cents ahead of US initial jobless claims. The technical bias remained bearish since the price of US Canadian dollar printed a lower high in the recent upside move.
Now, the loonie is currently trading around the 1.3060. And for those who don't know what the loonie is, it's just a nickname for the US Canadian dollar. Now, the price of this pair is likely to find support at the following levels. Support 1 is the 1.3033, which is the lower trend line arm if you look at the chart. At second support is the 1.3 even, a psychological number. So keep an eye on that for that one. And finally, the third support, you'll come across the 1.2947, which is a key horizontal support. Now, on the upside, the price of the pair is likely to come across a few resistance levels, such as the following. At resistance 1 is 1.3087, which is the upper trend line arm. Second resistance, you'll come across the 1.31, which is a psychological number, obviously. And the third resistance is the 1.3162, which is the 23.6 Fibonacci level. Now, the technical bias is expected to remain bearish as long as the 1.3162, which is a major horizontal resistance, being that it is the 23.6 Fibonacci level, if this remains intact.
That's right. The US initial jobless claims. The U.S. Department of Labor is set to release the numbers concerning the U.S. initial jobless claims on Thursday, which is today. According to the economist consensus, the U.S. initial jobless claims registered a reading of 950,000 in August as compared to the reading of 1,006,000 in the month before. The data related to initial jobless claims reflect the number of applicants filing unemployment insurance claims for the first time. The numbers of the initial jobless claims, in other words, shows the strength of the labor market in the United States. Generally speaking, a higher than expected figure suggests a weakened labor market and is therefore considered bearish for the US Canadian dollar and vice versa.
In conclusion, considering the macroeconomic outlook for the pair, selling the loonie near the current levels may be beneficial in the short to medium term trading. And as always, when trading, trade with your head, not your heart. Trade with only what you can afford to lose and stick to strict money and risk management techniques.
Yes, please also don't forget to subscribe our channel, our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and the Instagram at Forex Decoded. So this is the end of the financial analysis for today. Thank you for watching and see you.
Bye for now. See you tomorrow.